What is up, the people of YouTube? Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Driving in the Truck, back to Rivera from Kingsville. I made a trip to Kingsville, one, to pick up some gifts for Granny. So I need everybody in the comments. I want to see a bunch of comments. Let's see if we can get 500 comments in this video, which is quite a bit, of happy birthday to Granny. It's tomorrow. She'll be 93 years old. My Uncle Vern had texted Dad and said that they were going to go down to Granny's at around 11. I think have a cake and maybe some other little snacks and stuff, and just spend a little bit of time with her on her birthday. So we'll be going down there, and we didn't have any gifts down in Rivera. We don't have much to choose from in Rivera, so I drove to Kingsville this morning and picked up some stuff for Granny. She's 93 years old. She doesn't need anything, but it's always nice to receive something on your birthday. I'm sure just us being there is more than enough for her, but I didn't realize how hard it is to shop for somebody that's 90-something years old. I was in Walmart and I called Dad. I said, she's your mother. I said, what is she like? And of course he's like, just get her a nightgown or something like that. She never leaves the house, so she's always just relaxing in her chair, watching TV, enjoying time with the nurses and stuff that are there. Excuse me. So I felt very awkward just walking around the women's department in Walmart, being a creeper. I got her it's like a pullover muumuu type thing. I don't even know what the hell a muumuu is, but Mom mentioned something about a muumuu. I guess it's kind of like the little nightgown you can just slip over, have some buttons on it. Something easy for her to get in and out of. And then Dad said pick her up some slippers, and I spent 10 minutes on the phone with Dad walking around the women's department trying to figure out if they had any slippers that Granny would like. And from what I was showing Dad, he just said nah, she wouldn't like any of those. So like I said, she's always watching movies or sitting in her recliner. And what do you have whenever you're on your recliner, or what do you need? Nice little blanket. This thing is very, very soft, so I know she'll like it. She probably already has blankets, but you can never have too many, especially when they're soft and stuff like this. So anyways, I'm going to be looking at the comments, guys, and when we go down to Granny's, I might show her my phone and just show her, scroll through it, just show all the happy birthday wishes. So let's get 500 of them, 500 birthday wishes to Granny, so I can tell her that the world is still watching and that they still love Granny. Every time we go down there, I always say, everybody's always asking about you, and she just has a smile on her face. So that's what I'm asking from y'all for a birthday gift for her, is just to comment and let her know that you're thinking of her and happy birthday. So anyways, that's what I've been getting into this morning. Like I said, I bought some grass seed at Tractor Supply, the same stuff Dad got for the goat pen. I am amazed on how fast that stuff grows. We've been just moving the sprinkler around in the goat pen, trying to keep the goats out of there as much as possible, moving around on the island, as y'all seen in my video. And then speaking of that, they've already eaten it down to about knee-high, and they'll probably have at minimum another week's worth of feeding out there on the island, and then we'll move them over to another part of the property. But just keeping them off of their pen area, and keeping it watered with the I want to keep saying Bermuda grassy, but it's not. It's like a winter rye mix. So we do know that it's going to only grow during the winter, and then it'll probably die off in summertime. But this is just something just to fill in the gaps and the open areas until spring rolls around and we can get all that other grass growing in. But it is just shooting little hairs up like crazy out there. It's insane on how fast that stuff grows. I think within 5 days, it was already sticking up about an inch out of the ground. It's not completely solid. There are still gaps and stuff everywhere, but it's still new and still trying to grow. But it just blew my mind on how fast it grew. And with as dead as my yard looks, like, it's just, the grass is already dormant. I haven't watered it much, and I'm sure if I did go out and soak it quite a bit, it'd be nice and green. All that Bermuda grass I put in a few months back has already grown. The more you water it, the more it spreads, and it'll start filling it in. But this right here will just be during the winter time, just to get a little bit of greenery on the property and just fill it in. And then like I said, I'll end up sprinkling some on the outside of my property as well, so the goats will have something to eat out there during the winter time as well. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I did all those plants and stuff yesterday. I don't think y'all realize how much work that actually was. It didn't look like it was too much because I did it on a time lapse, but it's like digging in cement out there. I had the water hose running out there to try to soften the ground a little bit, but it was still hard. Luckily for those plants, you don't have to dig them, you don't have to put them in the ground too deep. And like I said, they're very hardy. I went back in, trimmed them up to where they're about a foot tall, and once they catch root, they'll just start shooting out all their leaves and start growing again. And like I said, it'll be a little bit of a windbreak from the south, a little bit of privacy over there. And then also I planted them fairly close to the back fence, so when they are full grown, they will start growing through the fence, and it'll give the goats just a little bit extra snack to eat through the fence back there. Oh my gosh, my stomach is rumbling. Ooh-wee. Hopefully I can make it back home. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and how I'm feeling right now, because I'm sure everybody that's watching this, whether you're going to admit it or not, you've had a road trip where your stomach starts messing with you and you're like, oh my gosh, how far can I go? Right now, I don't have goosebumps on my arm yet. When I start getting goosebumps on my arm, I know I got about a minute and a half to get to the bathroom. And if not, we're going to have some major issues, and we're not going to put that on YouTube. So, anyways, not quite touching fabric yet. Turtlenecking. What else do they call it? Touching fabric, turtlenecking, and who knows what else. Prairie dogging is another one. If y'all know any other terms, comment down below as well. So when people that don't know what my channel's about, they go down in the comments, they're going to see a whole bunch of happy birthday grannies and then a whole bunch of terms on diarrhea. So you never know what you're going to get with this channel. So I'm only about 3 or 4 minutes away from home. I think I'll make it, but it's going to be one of those where I got an older crowd that watches, but there was a movie called Problem Child back in the day that we loved watching as kids, and the principal, I think it's Principal Skinner, Principal Skinner I think is on Back to the Future, I think, but it's the same guy. He had to go to the bathroom real bad, so he's scooting along with his newspaper, trying to go down the hallway at the school, trying to get to that bathroom as fast as he can, and little problem child kid put some fireworks down in the toilet and blew him up whenever he sat down. So I don't even know why I'm talking about this or how that even came up. I guess my stomach's rumbling some, but yeah. So anyways, this is all over the place, but hell, what video's not? And I'm just gonna let it roll. There's a state trooper up here, so hopefully he'll not pull me over, because I am entering Rivera and I'm that much closer to getting to the bathroom. And yeah, so anyways, I don't know if I'm going to get into anything else really today other than just trying to see the property and stuff. Once again, I do enjoy the chickens being out there quite a bit, and it's very funny to me how the chickens they're basically like little weed eaters. Around every tree that I have out there, it's just been scratched up around, so there's a little bit of dirt around each tree, and I said, hell, that's less work I got to do in the yard, so they can weed eat all that stuff down for me and take care of all the bugs and stuff. The only thing I have not seen is them go around where my pond is. I want it to be where I don't even have to feed them or give them water at all in their little feeder out by the chicken coop. I want them to free range the property, which they have been doing. I just have not seen them at the pond drinking, so I'm sure if I cut their water out at the coop, they know where the pond is. They're always eating around it, so I'm sure they know it's there and they can drink out of it. So other than that, I was talking to Mom and Dad a while back and saying that I was thinking about getting some ducks for the property, maybe 2. The only thing is I'm going to wait until these goldfish in my pond get a little bit bigger, so if I do get them, they won't go in there and eat all my fish. I've been having an issue with a crane flying into the property and going in my pond, so I don't want to eat all my goldfish either. So every time I go in there, I try to scare it out and try to keep my fish alive. So, I'm getting to that point where I have officially have chill bumps on my arm, and we are turning off the highway to get home. So, anyways, sorry to bring up another talk about bowel movements, but that's a big part of my life. It happens a lot. So, anyways, I'm pulling in. Hope you guys have a great day. Wish me luck getting to the bathroom without having any accidents, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye, guys.